Okay, so let me just start over. Alright guys, so here, all of the information for this video right here, this is the inscribed, and we're going to talk about inscribed angles, circumscribed angles, and secant angles. I've already went over this in Book Creator with you with this part, so I'm not going to spend time in this video redoing it. You can go into Book Creator and look at the inscribed and central angle parts. What I want to talk to you about now are angles outside of the circle. Right here, I'm going to create what is called two tangents, and a tangent is where you touch the circle only once. This is a tangent, and these vocab words should be in your Book Creator. And this is a tangent. It's a segment or a line that touches the circle only once. And right here at the vertex where they intersect, there's an angle called theta. This out here would be called the big arc. And the arc right here is called the little arc. And I'm going to write them as BA and LA. So the yellow is the LA, the blue is the big arc. Or you can call them far and near, whichever one you want to call it. And this out here is called the theta the angle. Since this angle is outside of the circle, there is a formula that you can use to find this angle. You're going to say 2 times the angle equals the big arc minus the little arc. Okay? And then there's another type of angle that's formed outside of the circles as well. These are called, these two segments I just drew, or the ray that I just drew, and they intersect right here at the vertex. Since they touch the circle in 2 spots, this is called secant. Okay? And this angle is outside of the circle. So once again, this arc here, we're going to call it the big arc. And this arc right here, we're going to call it the little arc. And it uses the same formula to find any parts of this that you need. There's also a third angle that happens. So what happens when you have a tangent and a secant that intersects? And there's that vertex right there. The angle is still on the outside. We're going to call this the little arc. And we're going to call this one out here the big arc. Okay? And we go from there, and we use the same formula. Okay? Make sure you write this down because you're going to need it to solve the problem. Right here, what happens when I have either 2 secants or 2 chords inside of the circle? So this is a chord and this is a chord, and right here they intersect at, this is called the vertex, and there's an angle formed. So here you just do the big arc and the little arc, and since they're inside of the circle, you use the same formula. Big arc plus little arc equals 2 times the angle. Okay, go ahead and write that down as well. Here, this is asking you to solve for x. This is asking you to solve for x. So look at your picture, and in this picture, you're going to notice that the theta is outside of the circle, which is right here, and you have 2 secants. So since the theta is outside of the circle and you have 2 secants, we're going to use the formula where we're going to write down our parts first. Theta is 7x plus 6. The big arc, which is this part right here, is going to be 22x plus 6. And the little arc, which is this part right here, it equals 7x plus 1. So we're going to just use our formula and substitute in big arc minus little arc. And remember, minus is for outside. So 2, and anytime you substitute something in a formula, make sure you put it in parentheses. So theta is 7x plus 6. The big arc is 22x plus 6. And the little arc is 7x plus 1. There's a 2 in front of here. We're going to use our algebra. 2 in front of here tells me to distribute, use the distributive property. So 14x plus 12 equals, there's no number in front of here, so I can just drop the parentheses. There's a negative, which tells me to take the opposite of all the signs inside of the parentheses. So I get negative 7x minus 1. On the right side, I'm going to combine like terms. So 22x minus 7 is 15x, and 6 minus 1 is going to be 5. My variables belong on the left, and my constants belong on the right. So here, I'm just doing my regular algebra. 14x equals 15x minus 7 minus 15x minus 15x. I get negative 1x equals negative 7. Divide by negative 1, divide by negative 1, x equals 7. Did we answer the question? Yes, it said solve for x, and we solved for x. And the way you know this is right, you should be able to substitute this number into your original equation. And if both sides equal, then you know you're correct. All right, let's go ahead and go. I want you guys to try 2 and 3 on your own, so you can pause this video, go and try it on your own, and then come back and push play to watch it. Okay, so this is asking me to find the arc DB that's right here. And I'm going to label, I'm going to write down what I'm given. Theta, which is outside, is 50. The big arc is 160. And the little arc is 9x minus 3. Since this arc is outside of the circle, I know I'm going to use 2 times theta equals the big arc minus the little arc. Okay, just a second. Okay, this is the big arc minus the little arc. So here I'm just going to substitute in 2 times 50 equals big arc is 160. So I put that in parentheses minus 9x minus 3. And I put that in parentheses. I'm going to go through and do the math. I get 100 equals, there's no number in front of here, so I put 60. This negative tells me to take the opposite of everything inside the parentheses. Okay. Here, I'm going to combine like terms on the right side, so I get 163 minus 9x. I'm going to use my symmetric property of equality to go ahead and get my variable on the left and my constant on the right. So here, I'm going to minus 163, because that constant belongs on the right side. Minus 9x equals negative 63. Divide into negative 9, divide into negative 9, x equals 7. But the question asks me to solve for dB. Okay, so in order to solve for arc dB equals 9 times 7 minus 3. So here, arc dB would equal 63 minus 3. Oops. Hold on. Arc dB equals 63 minus 3. So arc dB is equal to 60 degrees. Okay? So make sure you read the question carefully on what part you might have to find. Sometimes it asks for the variable, sometimes it asks for the arc. So here we're being asked to find arc. Let me see if I want to do that one. Okay, so it's okay to skip number 3. Don't do number 3. You can skip it. So go to number 4, and I want you to find this angle, measure of angle G. Pause the video, try it for yourself, and then come back and watch it. So here, the angle is on the outside. So I'm going to write what I'm given. Theta is what I'm looking for. The big arc is 165. The little arc is 49, and let me go draw that in here. This is the big arc, and if you need to label the picture, And I'm using short terms, BA and LA. Little arc is right here, and this out here is theta. So since the angle is outside the circle, 2 theta equals big arc minus little arc. So 2 times theta I don't know, so I'm going to call it x, equals big arc, 165, minus the little arc, which is 49. So here I get 2x equals, there's no number in front of this parentheses, so I can take it away. This minus, I can make that negative 49. All right, so here I get 2x equals 165. What's that? That's going to be 165 minus 49. And remember, you can use Desmos to help you with anything that you need help with. That's 116, divide by 2, divide by 2. So x equals 58. And then we answer the question. It says find the measure of G. G is just a question mark, so it's only one symbol. So we can say the measure of angle G is 58 degrees. All right, pause the video, try this one, and then you can get it back going. This one, and that is asking me to find angle E. And so I'm going to write down what's given. I'm going to say the big arc, which is out here, is 160. And the little arc, which is right here, is 25x minus 3. And the theta is 14x plus 2. So we're going to have to find x in order to get this angle. Now, since this angle is outside the circle, we're going to say 2 theta equals big arc minus little arc. So 2 times 14x plus 2 equals the big arc, which is 160, minus the little arc, which is going to be 25x minus 3. So here we get 28x plus 4 equals 160, and then there's no number here, so I can get rid of the parentheses. This is a negative. It tells me to take the opposite of everything inside of the parentheses. Okay, and then from here, we're going to use our algebra skills. On the right side, I need to combine like terms, and my variables belong on the left and my constants belong on the right. So I'm going to plus 25 because that's a minus 25. So if I cross over that line, I do need to change the sign. And then here we get 53x plus 4 equals 163. Minus 4, 53x equals 159. And then here we have to do the inverse operation, divide by 53, divide by 53. And here we get x equals 3. Now, in order to find angle E, I have to substitute x into this equation. So we would say 14 times 3, and that was plus 2. Measure of angle E equals that. So we would say the measure of angle E is equal to, what is that, 30 plus 12 is 42 plus 2. Measure of angle E equals 44 degrees. All right, so let's go to the next one. So what happens when we have angles inside of the circle? So it says find the measure of angle CAD. So there's a couple ways you can figure out what angle they're talking about. Go and find A. This is A right here. Now you notice A has something on this side, has an angle on this side and this side. Now you have to look at the letters around it. So we're looking for CAD. So actually, I'm going to change this to make it easier for you guys. We're not going to do CAD. We're going to do CAB instead. Okay? So we want to find this angle. So we're going to put theta right here. We're doing angle CAB instead. So we want to find this angle right here. So since the angle is on the inside, we're going to use a different formula. Well, it's the same one. We're just going to do big arc plus little arc since the angle is inside of the circle. In means add, out means subtract. That's the best way I can tell you to remember that. Okay, so my theta is 2x plus 75. My big arc, and it doesn't matter which one you call big, and it doesn't matter which one you call little when you are adding. So I'm just going to kind of eyeball it. It looks like CB is the big arc. So big arc, we're just going to call this the big arc, and we're going to call this a little arc. And the arc has to be in between the two angles. So 2x plus 85, and the little arc is 65. So I'm going to substitute into my equation. Equals 2x plus 85, substitute in, plus the little arc. And remember, notice what I'm doing. Every time I substitute something in, I put it in parentheses. So here and here, we get 4x plus 140 plus 10 is 150 equals, and you can use your calculator to do the multiplication. I did 2 times this and 2 times that. There's no number in front of the 2x plus 85, so I take it out of the parentheses. This is a plus sign, so I could just take that out of the parentheses and it's going to remain positive. So now I'm using my algebra on the right side of the equations. Combine like terms plus, this is going to be 14, 15, so that should be 150. Let me double check. 85 plus 65. Yep. All right. So now I'm going to go through and do my thing. Constants belong on the right. Variables belong on the left. And then from here, (2x) equals 0. So here, we're going to say divide by 2, so x is equal to 0. Now, it asks me to find this angle right here, which is theta. So that means in order to find theta, or we can say to find the measure of angle CAB, we have to do, and CAB is theta, 2x plus 75. So we're going to say 2 times 0 plus 75. And you can just keep bringing the measure of angle CAB down on each line. 0 plus 75. So the measure of angle CAB is equal to 75 degrees. And you're finished. Okay, I want you guys to try these two. Pause the video and then come back to it. Try it for yourself and then come and look at the video. So right here, I need to find arc DE. Okay, so I'm just going to write down what's given. The angle is on the inside. So theta is 39x minus 2. And notice this angle is in between the two arcs. Okay, so I'm thinking that maybe this will be the big arc. And it doesn't matter which one you call here. So we'll call the big arc 36x plus 2. And we'll call the little arc 41x minus 3. And it does not matter when which one you call BA and LA when the angle's inside. So 2 theta equals big A plus little a. And the reason why that works is because of commutative property. Addition is commutative, but subtraction is not. Okay, so here we go to 2 times 39x minus 2 equals big arc 36x plus 2 plus little arc is 41x minus 3. So here and here, what is that? 60 plus 18, that's going to be 78. X minus 4 equals, there's no number in front here, so 36x plus 2. There's no number in front of here, 41x minus 3. So here, 78x minus 4 equals, go ahead and combine like terms. 36 plus 41 is going to give us 77x minus 1, because plus 2 minus 3 is minus 1. And then Variables belong on the left, constants belong on the right, guys. So we should be home free. You guys should be professionals at solving equations by now. If not, just keep practicing and you'll get better. And you can just take some time, you can make you up some equations or whatever you need to do to get really good with solving equations. X equals 3. So did we answer the question? No, we did not answer the question because we got to find arc DE. And this is arc DE right here. So to find arc DE equals 41x minus 3. So arc DE equals 41 times 3 minus 3. So guys, make sure you understand what part you're solving for. This is going to be 123 minus 3. So the arc is 120 degrees. Okay? And I must iterate again. You have to look and see what they're asking you to find and determine whether there's a variable there. If there's a variable there, then you have to solve for that variable and then substitute in. Okay, here this is asking us to find arc EJ. All right, and if you notice, the angle is inside of the circle. This is the angle. So I'm going to call this my big arc, and I'm going to call this my little arc. And it doesn't matter what you call what with the arcs when they're inside of when the angle's inside of the circle. So here, theta is 29x minus 4. Big arc is 26x minus 4. And little arc is 124. Okay? So I'm going to say 2 times theta equals big arc plus little arc. And I'm going to work the algebra. 2 times theta is going to be 29x minus 4. Big arc is 26x minus 4. Little arc is 124. Make sure you put everything in parentheses. So let me change that color. 29 times 2 is 40 plus 18, that's 58. X minus 8 equals, there's no number in front of there, so you get 26x minus 4. This is a plus, so that just becomes 124. So you get 58x minus 8 equals 26x combined like terms, so this is plus 120. Negative 4 plus 124 is 120. Subtract the 26x, because the constants belong on the left, and that's a plus. If I cross over the line, I change the sign. So 32x goes here, minus 8 equals 120 on the right side, plus 8 plus 8, 32x equals equals 128. Divide that by 32. Divide this by 32. X equals 4. So it didn't ask me for X. It asked me to actually find EJ. So EJ is my big arc. So that's going to be 26x minus 4. So the measure of our EJ is 26. We're substituting in 4 for X. So 26 times 4 is 80 plus 24 is going to be 104 minus 4. So this arc is going to be equal to 100 degrees. Let me make sure I did that right. I did it in my head. Yeah, I'm good to go. All right. So I think you'll be okay with completing these on your own. Well, I guess I can go ahead and work them out with you. So no, I'm gonna leave you guys. No, I'll go ahead and do it. So measure of QPR, that's the angle QPR. So here is P, and then I need to do Q, P to R. So that's this angle that I'm finding. So theta equals 14x plus 12. This angle is on the inside. I'm going to call this the big arc because I can clearly see it's bigger than the other arc. And this right here is going to be the little arc. So I'm going to say big arc equals 23x plus 9, and little arc is equal to 6x plus 8. So you get 2 times theta equals big arc plus little arc. So 2 times 14x plus 12 equals 23x plus 9 plus 6x plus 8. Okay, so here we get 28x plus 24 equals, there's nothing here, so we're going to say 23x plus 9. This is a positive number, so this becomes 6x plus 8. Alright, so from there, we're going to combine like terms. 28x plus 24 equals 23x plus 6x is going to be 29x plus 17. And I just combine like terms, and then I'm going to get my variables on the left side and my constants on the right side. So I get negative 1x plus 24 equals 17. And so minus 24 minus 24, and I get negative 1x equals 7, negative 7. Divide into negative 1, divide into negative 1, x is equal to 7. But is that what the question asked me to find? Nope, it asked me to find theta. So I have to substitute x in order to get theta. This is what I'm looking for. So I have to go and substitute that x in. So I get 14 times 7 to get theta. 14 times 7 plus 12 is going to be 70 plus 28, which is 98 plus 12. Make sure that's right. So theta is equal to 110. And you're finished. Alright, so last one, it says find the missing angle. So that's going to be theta right here. Theta is what we're looking for. Big arc is 120. Little arc is 50. So we're going to use our formula. Since the theta is on the inside, we're going to say 2 times x equals the big arc, 120, plus the little arc, which is 50. 2x equals 170. Divide by 2. Divide by 2. X equals 85. And then we answer the question. Yep, because that's what the angle we were looking for. X is the same thing as the angle. So question mark equals 85. And you're done. Alright guys, so this is my last video for you guys for this year at Alcovy. It has been my pleasure teaching you and trying to help you learn and master math. Good luck in your future, and if you ever need me, just email me and I will see you guys. Well, I won't see you later, but you can always contact me by my email, and if you would like my email, please send me an email or a message through Remind by Friday, and then I'll just send you my personal email. And good luck guys, and do well and finish this year off strong.